Hello to all my students this semester. Welcome to Spring 2020 and to this course, English 6140, 4140, Multilingual Composition and Teaching Diverse Population of Students. My name is Dr. Mina, Assistant Professor of English and Director of the Composition Program at AUM. And I'll be your professor this semester, as you may have seen in the course syllabus that I've sent you. This is just me introducing myself, introducing some basic features of the course, and then there will be two more videos, one particular to the course requirements, assignments, projects, and the purpose behind them, and then another one to introduce you to Blackboard and Slack, what we'll be doing on each, especially Slack, and especially to those of you who haven't used it before. So, let me just tell you something about myself, since we hardly ever see each other in real life, so at least you know who I am. So I have a PhD in English and Composition from Indiana University of Pennsylvania, and I have a master degree in Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages, or TESOL, from the American University in Cairo. As some of you already know, I'm Egyptian American, and I've been living in the US for almost 10 years. I came here for my PhD and then I stayed after. My research is focused on three areas. One of them is multilingual comp, and that's why, as I said in my email, you will understand why teaching this course is one of my favorite things ever. And this course is my, as I always call it, is my signature course. This is a course that I introduced to AUM when I first came here in 2016. I taught the course for the first time in summer 2017. It was only for grad students, and funny thing is, if I remember rightly, I had only 4 students back then. That was 2017. Fast forward to 2020, so 3 years later, this semester, this class has 23 students, 11 graduates and 12 undergraduates. This is a record number in any in our graduate courses in general in the Department of English and Philosophy, and especially in the MTW courses. So I'm so excited about having all these students from diverse disciplines, as I've seen in the roster. Back to my research. I research multilingual comp, especially multilingual writers. This is one of my main research areas, and I've published a number of essays and book chapters on that topic. My main research area, though, is digital writing, especially multimodal composition. This is my main research area, and this is the one I focus more on. And the third one is writing program administration and everything that has to do with directing a composition program like what I do here at AUM. So I research professional development. I research, especially in the area of using technology in teaching writing. You can read more about my research and my publications and everything if you go to my website. That's at the very bottom. It's linked at the very bottom of my email signature. So you'll see my website. You can take a look at my publications, what I do, my research agenda, my teaching philosophy, so you can get to know more about me and what I'm passionate about. Multilingual comp is definitely one of my passionate areas, and that's why I'm always excited about this course. When I'm not writing or teaching or administering the program, yes, I have different hats, as I said. I love reading. And I read everything, fiction, nonfiction, but recently I started focusing more on reading nonfiction whenever I have time for that. And other than that, some of you already know this, I love cooking and baking. This is one thing I really enjoy, and it started more as a hobby, and then it became, during grad school, it became more like stress management technique. And then after that, it continued. I'm adventurous and I like to try new recipes. And unfortunately, we cannot have a potluck in this course, but this is one thing I really like having, especially with graduate courses. So maybe I'll share some photos during the semester of some of the dishes I make. Enough about me. Maybe, yes, one more detail because that's very important. It's part of who I am, and you may see me refer to them during the semester. I have two wonderful college kids. They are graduating actually this year. They are 23 and 21, almost 21. A boy and a girl, Alfred 23 and Alvera 21. And you may see me refer to them at some point, especially in this course, in reference to linguistic diversity and linguistic development, especially more with undergrad students, because this is a topic that we discuss more in the second half of the semester. Okay, now enough about me, and now let's get to the more important stuff about the course. Communication is important. This is an online course, and if we don't communicate regularly, so many things will fall through the cracks, and it will be difficult for you to catch up with what's happening, and for me to know what's happening on your side. So communication is important in this course. Communication happens mainly through two things: email. As some of you know, and some of you have experienced that already, I'm quite prompt with emails. Normally, I reply within 24 hours. This is the range I give myself because sometimes things happen. I get distracted with program work or something. So 24 hours is the window within which I reply to all emails. Normally, I reply faster than that. During weekends or when I'm traveling or holidays, give me at least 48 hours because I may not have the time or the internet connection to get back to you right away. The other means of communication with me is Slack, as I'll explain in the following video about using Slack. You can private message me anytime. This is like text messaging, but without having to share our phone numbers or anything. If you have the notifications on your computer or phone or tablet, you can message me, and then you see the notification when I reply to you right away. There are office hours, as you can see in the syllabus. If you come to campus, you are more than welcome to stop by at any of these times. If you are located remotely from AUM, you can use my online office hour times. I'll be using FaceTime. If you have a Mac, iPad, or iPhone, and you have my Apple ID, I don't have an iPhone, and that's why I use my Mac ID instead, because it's easier to reach me on all devices. Or Slack. Again, private messaging, and it has a video option as well. So we have multiple ways to communicate and to stay in touch all the time, because as I said, this is essential. I communicate any information to you directly through email. So expect to receive email. Minimum, there is one every week. Normally it's Monday, and if I'm delayed, it's going to be Tuesday, with what's happening in the course this week, what I'm expecting you to do, any particular notes on the readings or anything. So always watch for an email from me either Monday or Tuesday of every week. And then depending on how things go during the week, I may send one or more emails to you. So checking your AUM email regularly is very important. Again, I emphasize this because this is an online course, and if we don't do that, you'll feel isolated and you won't feel connected to the course or to me, to the content, to your colleagues, and this is not the community I'd like to build in an online course. The course syllabus, I already shared that with you last week with both graduate and undergraduate students. Both documents are available on Blackboard under syllabus. It's actually be the home page for a while before we switch to the modules. The course syllabus is very detailed. At least I hope it is. It has all details you need to know about the course requirements, which I'll address in another video, the readings and everything. The readings, as I said in my email last week, and as I say in the syllabus, we don't have any textbooks to purchase. You can save your money for another course that you're taking. This course, this is one part of my teaching philosophy. I always try to use journal articles or just a selection of book chapter that I either make available through the AUM reserve, or I scan and send them if this doesn't present any violation of copyrights. Normally I use just one chapter from a book, so we're always safe within that range if I can scan that chapter and post it on Blackboard, and then you can download it from there. So no textbooks required. Next week there will be a video on Blackboard showing you, if you haven't done that before, how to locate journal articles through AUM database. This is an important skill that you all need to know. So all you have to do is just look at the syllabus, see which journal we're drawing from this week, go to the database and retrieve the article for you. Book chapters, of course, I'll provide them as scanned PDF files on Blackboard, so you don't have to worry about that. Assignments and deadlines are all in the assignment sheets, and this is I'll talk more about that when we talk about Blackboard and where to find things. Currently, each section of the course has 3 major projects. The first 2 of them are already on Blackboard with assignment sheets, with deadlines, with due dates, with process work, everything you need to know about each of these projects. The final paper for each section is ready. I'm just waiting to know whether we have graduating students in each or in either of the sections, because as you know, grades are entered about 4 days earlier for graduating students. So I need to adjust due dates of the last assignment accordingly. That's why there's a poll on Slack that I'll show to you when in the video, in an upcoming video, asking you about whether or not you're graduating this semester, because I need to know how many are graduating so I can adjust the deadlines based on that. I have detailed assignment sheets that you can look at for all details you need to know, and I'm always available to answer more questions if you have about any of these assignment sheets. I think this gives you a brief note about me, about how the course works, about the communication, which is very essential, and the course syllabus. There will be 2 more videos coming up. One about the course requirements, and this is going to be for all students, or even though the second half of the semester will start having different requirements for both sections of the course, but I'll address both briefly in that video, and then I'll be happy to answer emails as we go. And then there will be a 3rd video on what to expect to find on Slack and how to use Slack for those of you who haven't used it before. I used it last semester in my practicum course, and it was a huge success. And students even wrote about it in their course evaluation at the end of the semester. So that's why I was encouraged to use it again in my course this semester, especially with such a large class like yours. Okay, I'm so much looking forward to working with all of you this semester. As I always say, your best support, your best resource in this course is myself. I consider myself an expert in multilingual comp. I publish in this area. I have a master's degree in this area. I published a lot in this area. So I'm your best resource. And ask me about anything you would like to do. If you'd like to do something differently, I'll encourage you to do that. So always reach out. Send an email, send a text message via Slack, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. If you come to campus, I'll be happy to see you. Come see me in my office. I'm in the Liberal Arts Building, office 335. Welcome again to the course, and I'm looking forward to an exciting and informative and engaging course with all of you this semester. See you on Slack, Blackboard, email.